Real quickly, Dr. Dibinga, you teach. So here's this teacher in a K through 8 school showing a animated movie, Strange World 2022. Somebody calls somebody, the authorities, the Department of Education. Next thing you know, this teacher is in hot water. This is a Disney animated movie. This is what we take our kids to see, right? These are the movies that you go to as a family. It has an openly gay character, and somebody didn't like it. So this teacher now is being investigated by her school and the Department of Ed because she showed this movie. How can I get anybody to go into teaching if you can't show a Disney movie?
That's a good question. That's why a lot of teachers are leaving the profession. And look, at the end of the day, we see in situations like this, when DeSantis and these folks are out there saying that we want to respect the parents and all of that, it's which parents are you talking about? Really, because this teacher sent out the permission slip, and what's sad about it is the teacher who's saying, Jenna Barbie is saying, I didn't do anything as relates to indoctrination relating to diversity and inclusion. But first of all, that's what we should be doing. That's the first part. See, we already lost that part. But then the second part we see is that it's the Christian parents who are anti-LGBTQ, anti-diversity and the like. But here's the question, Areva, where are all of the other parents? All of the other parents in these classrooms who signed the permission slips, who said it was okay, they should be marching down to this other parent's office because she's a school board member, and they have to speak up. When I spoke to teachers in Florida in December, I was talking to them about the importance of you are the children of people who are survivors from the Holocaust, who came to the civil rights movement, whose grandmothers fought for, or great-grandmothers fought for women's rights to vote. It's like, what are we doing here? They're getting over because people are afraid to challenge. What, you might lose your job? You're not going to lose your life like so many of our other activists have done. So we have to have people standing up in Florida. The parents who are for this have to stand up. The teachers have to stand up, and they need more of our support who don't live in Florida as well, because this is a national story, but this is happening to teachers every day, like I said, and just not only in Florida.
Yeah, and that's the question. And I always ask you this, Professor Walken. You say those activists are there, and I definitely want to do my part to help them get their message out, because all the stories we get out of Florida are DeSantis stories, all the horrible stuff he's doing, everything he's banning, everything that the small group of loud, vocal parents are doing in these culture wars. But to Dr. Dibinga's point, where are the voices of reason? The people that say, I take my kids to a Disney movie, and yes, I gave permission, and yes, I'll take my kid again to see this movie, and yes, I want to teach my kid about being gay, being lesbian, being trans, having friends who are Black, Latino, etc. How do we get those voices to be amplified?
So, Areva, in the past, we've had this racist idea of the silent majority, right? So I think that reason why you don't see, outpouring in states like, now you do obviously Black folks talking about it and other, socially conscious white people. But the reality is, I'm going macro. Donald Trump got over 70 million votes. There are many people we interact with on a daily basis that believe this is okay. So in the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis, just not long ago, was reelected. And then we've seen all these policies. So the reason why is people silently agree with what he's doing. Now, not in the Black community, but there are other communities that will go nameless that voted for him, and knowing that he would institute these kind of harsh penalties. I would also remind people that Ron DeSantis also, as we talk about some of these issues, eliminated a Black congressional district. Okay, so we're dealing with an idea of philosophy of belief. And once again, I want to talk about anti-Blackness. This is at the center of this. So the parents who are not speaking out, some of them silently think this is okay.
That is an excellent point. We should not assume that those parents are at home like us, jumping up and down, ranting and raving about these policies. Many of them, as you said, are silently agreeing. They may be your neighbor. They may be that coworker sitting next to you on the job. They may be that person you ride the bus with, the person that, stocks your grocery and bags your grocery at the grocery store, because he wouldn't have gotten 70 million votes if 70 million people, and that's almost, that's a huge number of the people that vote in this country. And that's what's sad, I guess, and scary at the same time.